Merry Christmas, Bob. Merry Christmas, Rhonda and Charlotte and Logan and Jessica and Michael, a whole group there, huh? Good morning, Darth. Hi, the top vloggers. Hello, Scott. Yeah, it's a good thing that they can only chat, huh? It would be noisy in here if they could actually broadcast audio. Thank you, Dana. Appreciate that. Merry Christmas to you too. Merry Christmas to everyone. This apparently is the secret to keeping your cat happy, or your hat cappy, whichever you're into. Yeah, I got my Ballast Point shirt on today. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, that's my pine cone Christmas tree. It was up last year. It was in the Christmas village, but I got real stuff for the Christmas village this year, so I kind of made the decision to put it elsewhere, next to my Griswold house here. Well, of course, the smaller the tree is, the less energy it's going to take from a member of your menagerie to knock it over. No, I don't think they're in. Although I got to admit, I didn't knock on the door. All right, kitten heat. There's nothing better than that. Good morning, Breck. Merry Christmas. Let's see if we can drink a little less of that today. You had to wake everyone up? Okay. Yeah, I just woke myself up. Merry Christmas, Robert. No, no, just water. It's funny, I went to a liquor store that opened up near here recently just to check them out. I wanted to see if they had anything good. And they had a row with moonshine. I've never seen that in a liquor store. So, of course, I had to get some. So, one of these days, I'll be trying that out. I don't know. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do today yet. Breakfast first, then open gifts. It never worked that way at my house when I was a kid. It was at best eating and opening gifts at the same time. No, I didn't go for any of the like flavored stuff. They had like some, you know, uh, fruit infused stuff. I just went for the traditional stuff. Let me show you this because it's a trip. Even looking at it, I'm gonna go get it and show it to you here. I am not going to drink any of this on the live stream. No, I promise you. There's no way that's happening. Okay. I especially love the fact that these things actually come in mason jars like this. So I got like 3 bottles of this stuff here. Different types of things here. That is, let's see, what is this? White lightning. Yeah, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be good. White lightning moonshine, and this I guess is just their original moonshine. And get the label faced right here. The original version, whatever that is. And then this is a different brand, but I had to check that out too. But see, the thing that caught my attention is it's 100 proof. You don't usually find stuff more than about 80 proof in the US. So I thought that was, like I said, I had to get it just because I'd never seen it in a liquor store and I had to try it. Charlotte was starving this morning. Oh, you poor unfed thing, you can hardly move. I'm so hungry. No, I'm hoping it's more than 100% water. Yeah, I know. It may be. It's just like I said, there's a couple liquor stores that I go to, to get, some of the more obscure beers or some of maybe the local brews that, the Brother Wells and stuff like that. And I've never seen that in their aisles. And so, when I went into this place, I just started looking around. I wanted to see what they had, and I saw an aisle said moonshine. I said, I got to check that out. Like I said, I haven't had the courage to try it yet. Good morning, Jeff. Merry Christmas. Yeah, I guess I wouldn't be surprised if Branson would have a store dedicated to moonshine. I mean, moonshine just isn't something that you find a lot of in Southern California. In fact, I've had it once in my life, and it was when I was visiting my uncle in Minnesota. Somebody had made something out of apricots and brought it into the bar, and we were all trying it. It was okay. It didn't seem to have a lot of alcohol content. But 100 proof, that'll knock you on your backside. Yeah, maybe that is a trip I need to take. Jeff's off to eat. Well, at least we got him a little earlier today. We usually have to wait until the church service is over. Feliz Navidad, Ruth. Good morning, Michael. Oh, you're going to eat a little bit further away, so you got a few minutes for us. That's good. Candy bacon and strawberry jalapeno sausage. I don't know. The strawberry seems a little weird, but who knows? It could be good. Yeah, he's here. Yeah, I see your guitar. That's a nice one. Now, let me give you a little hint here. Practice it a lot, especially when your mom and dad are sleeping. Okay, they appreciate it. They love to sleep with while someone's playing music. So crank it up so they can hear it. I love red guitars. Hey, anytime, Rhonda. Just don't call me a bad influence. But piano sounds great. Backed up with a guitar. You could be Elton John. Practice when mommy and daddy are sleeping. Like I said, that's the key. Yeah, well, I'm trying to do a little bit with the Christmas. I got the tree over there, of course, and the big fat cat in the foreground here. I don't really have a lot in the house. I do most of my decorating is outside, but this thing has been living on the mantle over the fireplace. This thing's been living on the mantle over the fireplace this year, and I just decided to move them behind us for the live stream. That's really all there is in the house that's Christmassy. Is those two things and the tree, and of course the little Christmas village, which is kind of right there. Well, that's why they need to practice, Jessica. They may become less horrible, and they'll always learn how to do it louder. Thank you, Michelle. Merry Christmas to you too. That was really nice what Michelle said, isn't it, Bite? You're not even paying attention, are you? You're such a bad co-host. Yes, you are. Oh man, you guys are spoiling your pets here. Extra food for Amigo, tin of tuna for the cats, the Sear house, the Sear menagerie. Oh, that's too bad. Lost a hamster. I don't know yet what I'm going to do today. I mean, I got a steak out for dinner, so that's what we'll probably do for that. But I don't know. I might just kind of hang out and enjoy my day. You know, it might just be a day watching movies or something. Although I may go shoot a vlog too. Who knows? Logan says it's okay, mommy. We'll get us a new one. That's funny. Will I go out to eat? No, probably not. Like I said, I got a steak thawing right now, so we'll do that. You're having ham. That sounds good. Rah, 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 rah. Pork loin. That sounds good. Fagili. Yes, it's a major award. I don't know. I kind of did a train vlog, setting everything up, and not really a whole lot's changed. It's funny with the little rock shop that I go. Every time I go to it and pick up something, they always give me something called a lucky scoop. And a lucky scoop is just they get this little dish in the front of the by the cash register. It's got all these little teeny tiny polished rocks in them, and you get a little scoop of it, and they put it in a bag for you. And it's just all sorts of goofy little things that are maybe worth a penny or two a piece. And they've tumbled it in there and smoothed it out, made it nice and shiny and all that, and then they just give you a scoop of that. Well, I actually put some of those lucky scoop rocks in the one of the cars, one of the tanker cars, and then I have a mine. Kind of out in the middle of nowhere. There's just a pile of these rocks. It's supposed to be a mine, so people are mining these rocks, and then the train is hauling them away. Get a silicon wedding ring, a drone, and a new record player. All right. Now you got to get some new records, right? That's how that works. Asteroid field. There you go. That's actually a good idea. Yeah, I've never heard of a silicon ring. See, I don't really have a whole lot of vinyl, except for my Guided by Voices stuff. By the time I really started getting into music, I was an early adopter of compact disc. So everything I've ever had has been on compact disc. I stopped buying vinyl like in early or mid '80s. When it was like, why would I get vinyl? I got a CD player. Like Rush and Dream Theater, huh? Okay. 200, 300 records. My friend Matt, the guy that does Island Horizon videos, is a major, major music collector. He has a whole room, or at least did. I don't know. He probably still does, and maybe it's even more now of CDs and records and music. He's got like an encyclopedic memory of like obscure bands in the '60s and '50s and stuff like that. Yeah, he's a real you know music hound, if you will. I mean, I bet you he's got tens of thousands of CDs and records. Like I said, he's got a whole room with them on the wall. Your collection is all over the place. Yeah, see, most of my CD collection is just right here on the wall, and then I got a little rack there. You can kind of see the top of it right there, and I got some vinyl in that thing. Other than that, most everything else, I have, is in the CD collection there. And the funny thing about the CD collection, it was a pretty decent sized collection to begin with. But one point a few years ago, Jordan was downsizing a bunch of stuff, and he just gave me a bunch of CDs that he had, and probably increased my collection by about 20%. So that's a pretty healthy collection, I think. Yeah, I want to go see Jordan at some point. When am I going back to California? 2 weeks from today, actually, on the 8th, because the funeral's on the 9th. And we got to figure out all the details on that yet. We'll fly in on the 8th. We'll do the funeral on the 9th. Um, and then I have the next 4 days off of work because I'm going to be driving back with a U-Haul truck with a bunch of stuff in it. Oh, I'm sure there's something up there that's rare. Good morning, Susan. Merry Christmas. Leonard Skinner record they released 2 months before the plane crash. That's a trip. No, I haven't really done anything. I've just been sitting here showing off my moonshine here. Yeah, it's gonna be one of them days. Oh, the pulled the flame. Yeah, I can imagine that might be controversial after that. It's cool to get something and then have it withdrawn. I don't know. I haven't had the courage to open it yet, Michael. Maybe someday. Logan's says play. She played ACDC for Jessica. All right, AC. I know you. I know Jessica likes ACDC. Okay, thanks for stopping in, Jeff. Come back if you'll feel like it. Yeah, Thunderstruck. That's a good one. Yeah, I got a few ACDC favorites. Your grandson loves the Gummy Bear song. I don't even know if I know what the Gummy Bear song is. Jordan and I don't really call each other on the phone. We just fire text messages back and forth. He commented a couple days ago about my mom's passing. Yeah, I know it's my cat, Logan. He's my buddy. Merry Christmas, Bill. You got yourself a little ham there, Rhonda. Nibble is fine. She's just timid as usual. I saw her this morning. She's doing okay. She's just in her room. Well, I do want to go through the apartment a little bit more thoroughly, but I think I knew in broad strokes the things I wanted. There were a couple things that I found, when I was in the apartment a couple days before my mom passed. Um, but I think maybe a more thorough search will reveal things that you know I'm going to want to take with me. I'm thinking I'm going to put the grandfather clock on this wall here, kind of there where the telescope is right now. So like the Mickey and the Andy Warhol and the Forever 21 or Forever 27 poster will move, and I'll probably put it right there. As for the other clock, I don't know. My mom didn't like to have that other clock running. She said it was too loud for her apartment. But this place is bigger, and so I have a feeling I can find some place that will be appropriate for it where it won't be too loud. Yeah, well, there's like I said, I think I mentioned in another live stream that there was something I found just when I was there a couple of weeks ago. Went into like a cupboard thing that she had, which I'm going to take with me too, by the way. Um, and inside of it was a really, really old Bible. And the Bible had you opened up on the inside cover page there. It had handwritten dates of birth for several generations of people. So, and it looked like different people wrote everything. So it looks like, somebody was born, they wrote the name of the Bible, and then next name, next person was born, and somebody else wrote their, the name and birth date and all that in the Bible. So I definitely want to get that. And I got to dig through the place and see what else is there. I mean, my mom, the big stuff that I really wanted, short of family heirloom stuff, is I got from my dad. I got a big chunk of his tools and stuff like that. And, so that's important. But in terms of I didn't have as many things I was in common with, in as many things in common with my mom as my dad. So it's going to be more sentimental things. It's going to be more family heirloom kinds of things. But there may be other things there. See, that's one of the things I regret about, the way it happened when my dad passed, because we went from cleaning out his room one day to him being dead a couple of days later, and it all happened so fast that I didn't get to do a real thorough inventory. I know there's things that I would have wanted to get that I didn't get because just wasn't enough time. Grateful Dead for Christmas. Hey, I can't think of him much better. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm thinking, Darth. I want to make sure because, I know, like I said, I know in big strokes the things I want. Here, I got pictures of some of this stuff. In fact, I shot pictures when I was in my mom's apartment. So these are all relatively recent pictures too. Let's see. All sorts of junk at work. That, for instance, is like a handmade cross that my grandfather made. That's been in the family for a long time. Definitely want that little yellow tag on it. And the front of it is a post-it note saying, "Yeah, that I want that. That's mine." And that's this cabinet thing that was in my grandmother's house for many years. And I want that. I don't even know. That's probably going to go in the guest bedroom. I don't know. And In the last few years of my dad's life, he was into lighthouse models. And so he had a whole bunch of like lighthouse models. And I started thinking, you know what? We buried him with one of those. My mom took the rest of them. And now we're kind of, dividing up what's left. And I was thinking, you know what? These things, these lighthouse models are about HO scale, which is what the train is. And I was thinking, hey, this could be the lighthouse for the community with the train. So that's a lighthouse that I picked out, and I'm going to grab that one. That's an old clock that I think I don't know exactly where it came from, but I remember sitting in my dad's office for a while. It's broken, but I bet you I can fix it. And oops, got to hold on to the phone better here. That's something else. That's something that like my great grandmother or something like that knitted or crocheted, and it was sitting in just in a bag in the rafters for many years. And my mom and dad found it one time, and they framed it like this. And of course, that's the grandfather clock. I definitely want that because that was in my parents' house for many years. And that's the thing I'm mainly looking to go and pick up. So yeah, that's just the beginning. And like I said, that doesn't even deal with the Bible and anything else I may find. And I may decide that there are certain things that if nobody else wants them, I'm going to take them. But and there's actually the other clock. Where's the other clock? I was thinking I didn't see that. Maybe I didn't snap a picture of that. I guess I didn't. I have another old picture of that here somewhere. No, I guess I don't. I don't know. Maybe it's not on the phone. Well, my sister's really only indicated that she was into one main thing, and there was this trunk that came across the ocean with my great grandparents when they immigrated to the U.S. It went through Ellis Island, and it's been in the family ever since. And my mom had it, my grandmother had it, my mom had it, and now my sister wants it. She said she's wanted it for a long time, so that's cool. She was willing to let me have the clocks, so I'll let her have that. As long as that's one of those things that would have to stay in the family because it even has the trunk itself has a picture of well no it has the initials of my great grandfather SE for Swan Eklund. No, my dad didn't make the lighthouses; he bought them. But after my parents retired, they traveled a lot, and I think it was during those travels that my dad started getting into the lighthouses, and he bought one, and then another, and another, and another, and at the end, there were probably about 20 of them he had, and he had them, on a display shelf out in the family room. spread all the way around the place so you'd see them. So, like I said, we buried him with one of them, and and then the rest of them went with my mom. And now I know that basically everybody in the family wants one of those because I got the one. I believe my sister wants one, and my niece and nephew each want one. So that's good. We're gonna divide those up, and that'll always be kind of a little memory of my dad. And I don't know, like I said, it may end up being part of the train set because it is about the right size for the train set, or it might just go on a shelf somewhere, like over there. I don't know. We'll figure that out. Yeah, I think my dad would be into that too because he was into trains. After every Christmas he would take a table in the back of the house, in the back of the family room, and would put out a little Christmas village. It wasn't quite as elaborate, as the one I had. It just had a train that went around in circles, but he had a whole bunch of little miniatures, including this little hill with skiers on it, and the skiers would come down the hill, and then they get pulled up the other side, and then they come back down the hill again. And they just went around in circles and all that kind of stuff. So, my dad kind of got into that kind of stuff after he retired and did more artsy, craftsy kinds of things. Yeah, yeah, they were really devastated when my dad passed too. They because I mean that was in their case that was their second grandparent that they lost because they lost my brother-in-law's mom. My sister's husband's mom died. Oh, probably 10 or 15 years ago. The kids were young then when they passed, and then dad was the second one to go, and then mom. And I get the idea that. That the last remaining grandfather isn't doing well either. So they may lose him at some point too. But the neat thing, especially about the stuff, my mom's apartment and my niece and nephew, is they're both kind of getting the age now where they're all out on their own, and so they need just some simple domestic things. And so my niece, for instance, was taking dishes and stuff like that. And my nephew, he wanted to one of the couches and a couple of little paintings on the wall. So those are good things, and I'm glad they're doing that. And they're definitely interested and want mementos from their grandparents. My dad never wore a wedding ring. So I don't know. Maybe that wasn't the thing in the 60s when they were married. And unfortunately, my mom lost her wedding ring. She thinks it got stolen out of a hotel room. Now they replaced it, and with something else, but it wasn't the one she was married with, which was kind of a drag. Best I heard, I don't think she ever got it back. Bill's checking out. Thanks for stopping in, Bill. It's good seeing you. Yeah, it was, but you know, I I was I was really glad that I'm so lucky to have grown up with my parents being married their whole life. There's not a lot of people that can do that, that can say that these days. And they were loyal to each other their whole life. And I'm also really really grateful that they lived as long as they did into my adulthood, so I got to know them as well as I did. I don't know what my mom did in terms of insurance for it. Probably. I mean, I'm sure my mom didn't do anything with it because that wasn't her thing. You know, I'm sure if anyone did anything, it was my dad that did something with it. Yeah, they're lucky kids, Rhonda. That's often a prerequisite. I need to find someone. I don't know. Somebody's got to do something wrong to me before I can find them. I know what you mean, though, but that was a funny typo. I got to find someone that can deal with someone who's an introvert like me. Yeah, that's a tall order. And like cats, yeah, that's true. Someone's gonna love me for me, someone that's gonna like my cats, and someone that's gonna be tolerant of me going to the rock store and spending $200 on rocks. But that one's kind of a cool one. Look at all the crystals on that. And another cool thing about this is another one of those that lights up in under black light. I love those. And I got a really nice little opal here. Let's see if we can make that shine for you here. Yeah, not doing so well, but can't really see the fire in there very well. But it looks good. And then that's something else new that I got. The store owner said she really liked the fact that it had this hole going all the way through the middle of it. And that's kind of cool too. This one also glows under a black light. There's actually, you can kind of see two different things going there. The white stuff kind of turns purple when you hit it with the light. Lots of pretty crystal in that one. And then of course this was something I couldn't take my eye off of. Doesn't really, can't really tell, but it's blue, really dark purple almost. On camera, it kind of looks like a fossilized poo, but I guarantee you it isn't. So I thought that was kind of cool. Maybe. You got a new Barbie for Christmas. No, the cabinet hasn't been done yet. That's going to happen at some point. I want to get past the funeral and stuff like that, but I really want to do it because my collection is growing. Yeah, it does sort of look like an ink blob. Well, not any woman. The sad thing about the gold digger at work is, we would be great for each other. You know, um, and if she was just a notorious flirt, then something could have happened because she's a single mom with two kids. You know, she could have aborted them, but she had them, gave them home. She clearly loves them. She struggles financially. But between for her it'd be a good move. If she would just be serious. But she keeps calling me her sugar daddy. And it's like, no, that's not going to work. I don't want to be anybody's sugar daddy. I don't want to be anyone's baby daddy. Yeah, no, the funeral's on the 9th. Well, I mean, pretty much any woman at this point is going to be an out of state woman unless I find a California girl. Yeah, I don't know. That's about the only thing I don't want right now is a California girl. No, because I'm still sort of an out of state person. I am a Texan. Okay, I love it. I'm proud to be in Texas and all that. But you know, finding a Texas girl would still seem like an out of state woman for me, just because there's still a lot of California in me, even though I'm not in California anymore. No, it depends on the situation with someone else's kids, and it would depend on who the father slash fathers are. I don't think that the two kids are from the same father. I could be happy with a Texas woman. Well, see, part of the issue is that I just don't get out and socialize that much. That's never really been that big of a thing for me. There you go. You guys can interview them. We'll do it like the room colors here. We'll pick 10 women. We'll put pictures of them, bios, the whole thing, and then you vote on which one it is. come do a 10-minute video for each of them, and then you guys get to pick, right? Logan gets final say. Okay. No, but I bet you're a fun girl. No, I didn't really do anything Christmas year this year. Massive potty mouth, huh? Sometimes you got to go to the pot, though. Well, a lot of times the quality of a church is based on the people who are in it. It isn't just the clergy always. It can be just sometimes you got certain people there that either are very positive or very negative influence. You talking with the gold digger? I want to discourage you. I don't want to. I don't. Well, I think she would lose interest in, but then again, she knows that I'm her lead and I'm making decent money doing that. So I don't know if she'd necessarily buy that. I don't know exactly what kind of steak it was. I just something I saw at the store. It looked good. It's a big steak. Yeah, she's got two kids. She's got a boy and a girl. The boy is about I would say 7 or 8, and the girl is about 3, I think. Yeah, well, a baby daddy, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if she's ever been married. I don't know if she was ever married to either of the father. I don't know if I think there's two different fathers involved, which that's another thing that kind of puts me on red alert. Like I said before, I don't want to be anyone's sugar daddy. I don't want to be anyone's baby daddy. I don't think anyone watches from work. Well, the thing is, like I said, I think we'd both be good for her. You know, it'd be good for me to have someone in my, person in my life. I think she's attractive. She's young, so I mean, she could still, if I did get serious with her, she could still give me a kid. She's about 30, 31, something like that. I could think of things that would be worse, Lindex. I think I'd be a good father. She seems to have good kids. A lot of times, you run into kids that are raised in a single parent household. They're especially when it's the father who's absent. The kids are out of control. It seems to me that she's a pretty good mother, and I would guess that probably there's maybe sisters or brothers. I know there's a brother and maybe parents that help with the daycare stuff, but well, the whole sugar daddy thing makes me think that I know what her intentions are. She's looking for someone to pay the bills. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether that would have a positive or a negative impact. Yeah, apparently that's a way some women go, Rhonda. Yeah, Jordan's Girl has sure become a staple in Jordan's vlogs. I don't know. I don't think I'm afraid to get involved. I'd like to get involved with somebody. It's just she's a brunette. She's a Mexican. Yeah, some people are really lucky like that, Rhonda. No, no, she's not the only female at work. I don't think her age would be that big a deal for me. I mean, you have to have a certain level of maturity to be a parent, and to at least in like in her case, do it well. Yeah, I've seen cases where the age gap is an issue, and cases where it isn't. Cases where it turned out to be the perfect match. You've done the interrogation, huh? Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why she. I don't know if she's ever been married, so I don't know if she's ever been divorced. I've never heard her talk about X. I have heard her refer to the kids' dads. So that just leads me to believe that there's someone she hooked up with and got knocked up. Write up a questionnaire for her, huh? Gotta wonder what those rules would be, huh? Ask her to fill out a questionnaire. Yeah, that's romantic. Yeah, I can tell the right woman would definitely jump at that first rule. Do not feed after midnight. Yeah, bright lights will kill me too. Well, that would be another issue that would have to, be considered, Scott, and that is she would have to. One of us would have to change departments if we were to get involved. When we were both employees, we could have been in the same department because you know I don't have authority over her. She wouldn't have authority over me. We'd both be answering to the same person. But now that I'm a lead, she answers to me. And so that would not be able to happen. Now they're a little bit more lenient about family and other family members in the company because let's face it, this is Waco. There aren't a whole lot of people, and so just about everybody in the company is related to somebody else in the company. It's all over the place. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, their age can be an issue. I think I tend to act younger than I am. I mean, I'm going to be 60 pretty soon here, and a lot of people don't realize I'm as old as I am. Yeah, well, the kids, I would have to understand it if it was her. The kids would be package deal, and like I said, the kids, they seem like good kids. I've met them a couple times. She seems to be really good with them. And see that's one of the things that makes this such a difficult issue because um, I look at her, she's got a lot of admirable qualities. She's really great to her kids. She's smart, she's hardworking, she sacrifices for her kids. I know she's not really happy in the job she is, but she's doing it because it gives her more money, which helps her with the kids. I don't think there's a whole lot of money coming from the father or fathers. Like I said, I don't know if it's one or two. I believe it's different ones. But I wouldn't have a problem bringing them in. I could, we'd have to rearrange the house a little bit. The guest bedroom would have to go. The cats would probably lose their room. Um, well, nah, that wouldn't be a deal killer for me, Rhonda. There is a lot to say about having your own freedom. How old do I feel? I don't know. I've never been someone to ask my age. And I don't know if I could determine what age I feel because that would imply that I you know knew what age I'm supposed to feel. I don't know. It's you can't It just depends on, how you feel from day to day. I mean, I'm aware that I'm slowing down a little bit, no doubt. Today you feel 90, huh? Good morning, Tracy. Merry Christmas. Yeah, well, you're way up north, so yeah, it probably does get, you know, it's dark a lot. I remember when I would visit my uncle in northern Minnesota from time to time. He has a condo down in the Twin Cities, and then kind of a cabin up in northern Minnesota. And I'd go visit him, spend a week or so up at the cabin with him. Going fishing, getting drunk. You know, going fishing some more, getting drunk some more. You know how that works. And I remember, it was weird because I'd go in the middle of summer and it would be light until like 9:30, 10 o'clock, and it would start getting light again in the morning at like 3. It could be that's possible, and if that's the case, then probably I feel like I'm 35 or 40. Yeah, but you have the long days in the summer too. Maybe Jewish Virginia no matchmaker, huh? That's funny. I didn't really expect there'd be that many people out here on Christmas Day. See Bite sitting in the hall there. I figured I better give the call here. Well, I do it for that very reason, Rhonda. I know a bunch of Jewish Christian relationships that do that. Well, actually, I'll break it right now. As soon as I finish the live stream here, I'm going to have a vlog going up because we talked about it yesterday about me making blueberry muffins. And I did that last night. Actually, did the taste test this morning and got the video edited and uploaded. And I'm going to make it go live as soon as the live stream's over. So you'll have that. I don't know. I'm just gonna throw the steak on the grill with a little seasoning on it. Am I going to introduce her to you in the future? If I get involved with somebody, she'll come on here. At this point, since it's not a realistic option at this point, you're probably not going to meet this individual. Just because at this point, almost nobody at work even knows that I vlog. See, I try and keep the vlogging and the work separate. Not because there'd be any problem doing it, except for the fact that, I don't want somebody coming in, on here and saying, "Oh, hey, Brack, it's me from work," and going instead of saying just where the work is, what the name of the company is, or saying something like that. I got to keep those two things separate. At some point, I'm going to get to a point where I'm going to have to at least tell my boss. But I've gone to great lengths to keep quiet about where I work and where I live and certain things. I got to keep that you know to myself, and I know you understand that. And it's because like trolls that was just in here a little bit ago. That was an anti-Semite, and that was some person coming in here to cause troubles. Probably the same person that was here last week. Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. That I'd be concerned. Somebody coming in here and do that. Um, People are starting to. I really kind of kept it quiet for a while. The only people who knew were my boss and the other lead I worked for or worked with, and but it kind of got out a couple days ago, and I had people come on and apologizing. I don't know if she's heard yet, but I know the biggest gossip in the department knows, so it won't be long before everybody knows. Yeah, exactly. And I don't mind you using the Home Depot example because Home Depot is the one place in the world I would never want to work because I love that place too much and I wouldn't want to learn about all the downsides of it and all that and all of a sudden not enjoy it as much. Oh, did you have an unskippable ad? Cats are going crazy and freaking nuts right now. So this won't hurt at all. Well, there's Bite now. Well, except for the call girl thing, that would be probably a perfect situation. No kids, but loves Home Depot cats and Instant Pot. Yeah, I mean that would be like a dream come true, wouldn't it? Yeah, these guys aren't too into the cats anymore, or into the squirrels anymore. They used to like to watch the birds out in the front yard when they lived in California, but they're almost 17 now. Another year, I'm going to have to kick them out of the house. I have to get a job. Oh, a Cali girl. Okay. It could be. I could see that. Oh, it is. It does say, okay. It does say Cali girl. I'm sorry. I thought Cali and Call look the same, especially when you get horrible eyes like I do. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I misread that. It looked like call girl. That does sound better, but yeah, but I do think I would like a Texas girl. Yeah, or I guess. Small this thing on the no, this is something that's been in the family for a long time. My mom used to have it in the house in California, and then I inherited it. And now it's here. You just haven't seen it a whole bunch. Last year it was out over on the train table, and prior to that, it hadn't been out of the box in probably 10 or 15 years. But a call girl might be cheaper in the long run, maybe. Actually, it isn't a very big tree. It's probably only 24 inches tall. It's not like it's towering above me here. Did I buy any rocks yesterday? Yes, I did. I got this one. This one I couldn't take my eye off of. Look at all those sparkle in that. And the owner of the shop liked the fact that there's this hole that goes all the way through it. She calls it a cathedral. That's really pretty. And it's kind of cool too because it's one of those that glows under the black light. So I'm always attracted to things like that. And I got this thing. This thing doesn't look that good on on camera, but it looks like kind of a fossilized turd or something like that. But it's actually a brilliant blue color. This is almost a purple, and this one's really kind of cool too. So I like that one. Look at the color and the detail on that. I like that. And I got this piece. This one's kind of the green fluorite on the back, but look at the crystals on the front of this thing. How awesome is that? And I wish I could get it to glow more because you get the lights just right, and all these little crystals there just really pop off the thing. You can see a little bit of glowing there. This is another one of those that glows under the black light too, and so that's really cool. I like that. And I showed this a little while ago, and unfortunately I couldn't get it to get the flame to go real well, but I found a nice opal. Trying to see if I can. Unfortunately, you can see a little bit of the flame, but I looked at this one. They had a handful of opals there, and this is the one that had I thought the most stunning colors because I saw all the colors. Sometimes with opals, it'll glow one or two colors. It'll glow red or orange, but you bend that thing around in the light, you can see blues and greens and oranges and reds and purples, all the colors of the rainbow. And I love opals like that. Where are they finding them? They have like some wholesalers that they get stuff from. And I was talking to the owner the other day, yesterday when I was in there, and she was saying, "Yeah, we're getting to the point where we're better at, finding good prices on things." And that's one of the things I like about them is they have some very very interesting pieces. Um, that it's always something different in there. They have way too many in my mind cut stones where they've shaped them into spheres or into into shapes and stuff like that. I'm not as into that. I like more natural stones, and they know that, and they know that um, the kinds of things I'm into. I walk in there, every time I go in there, and they say, "Oh yeah, I got some things I want to show you." And they take me into the back. They got their main store out front, but then there's like a little back room that usually isn't. You got to be invited back into. It's the stuff that they have that they haven't put out yet, and that's usually where I find the good things. I think just about everything but the opal was in their back room, wasn't even out front yet. But that place has probably become my favorite business in town in terms of a shop that just specializes in one thing. You know, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna build a display case at some point. Put some moonshine to my steak, maybe. I've been a kind of a rock hound my entire life, and have some rocks I've had for a long time. I've always enjoyed, collecting and finding rocks. But I got to admit, I've bought more rocks in the last year than the whole rest of my life combined. It all started with that rock and mineral show I went to last winter, and I walked out of there with like $500 worth of rocks, and then I discovered this little rock and mineral shop in town, and I've been a regular there. I have to cut down my rock spending if I get a girlfriend, maybe. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you too, Deborah. Can I go get drunk and binge watch Obies all day? What are Obies? Movies. Okay. That sounds like a good day. I might do something like that too. I can think of worse things to do than watch movies all day. That'll be a pretty good Christmas. Just a couple of movies, and I've also kind of seen some that have like some Christmas themes, for instance. Um, so I watched the first Harry Potter movie last night, and there's a kind of a Christmas scene in there. But I haven't really watched a lot of my Christmas movies. There's like certain Christmas movies that I watch every year. I watched A Christmas Story, and I watched Jordan's movie, and I watched National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and I watched Night of the Meek last night on the Twilight Zone. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you too, Trini. You watch the Grinch cartoon? That's a good one. I watched Die Hard a couple weeks ago. It's not Christmas until Hans Gruber falls out of the Nakatomi building. Husband sitting there with his Grinch pants, huh? Well, at least your husband wears pants. No, the Night of the Meek is it's a Twilight Zone episode and it's black and white. But it's sort of the thing I watch every Christmas Eve. No, I can't stand when they colorize movies. There's movies that are if they're shot black and white, they should be remain black and white. I don't think I have anything that's colorized. Die Hard 2, yeah, that's sort of a Christmas movie too, but I don't think of it as so much of a Christmas movie, even though I don't know, there's probably not a good reason why I shouldn't. It's just as much a Christmas movie as Die Hard 1 is. Well, I know Jordan was always, the entire time I've known him, he's always been an entertainer of some sort. He loves to entertain people. And so acting seems like it would have been a natural place to go. And it's possible it might have turned into something, but he definitely found his niche with the vlogging. So that's good. But the movie that Jordan is in is called Christmas with the Carances, and I always try and make it a point to have it in front of this camera here at some point during the Christmas season. So let me go find it. I got it out over here, so it's probably over on my recently watched stack. There it is. I get too many wires around here. Hang on. Too many things I'm tripping on here. It's not the good things that people want to trip on. Okay, that's the movie right there. You ever get a chance, definitely check that out. I don't remember what the name of the episode from The Big Bang Theory is. Yeah, you can also buy a copy of it at that website. or I guess maybe call that 800 number. But I know you can get the movie from the website because I've seen it there. Seems to be it's Robert Kranz. He's the director, and he's also the guy that plays the dad and the crazy uncle, Uncle Telly. There's a picture of Jordan and his co-star right there. It's a great movie. It's a good family values movie. I definitely recommend it. It's very funny, and you got to check it out if you get a chance. Grew up with one of the writers of The Big Bang Theory. That's kind of cool. I've been thinking about making another shirt. What I want to do this time is just get white T-shirts and maybe have just a black image on the white T-shirt and then tie dye them. I thought that would be fun. It'd be a little bit more pricey because I'd be hand making each one of them. But I don't know. What would you think? Would you buy an Escaping the Mouse T-shirt that was tie dyed by yours truly? And would having it tie dyed by me personally, would that increase the value or decrease the value? Well, I would probably just do the same route that I did with the last set of T-shirts. There's that T-shirt company downtown. Well, not really downtown, kind of you know wherever it is that I went to last time. I still kind of follow them a little bit on Facebook. Keep hoping that at some point they're going to do another sale. Because see, that was what kind of got me to do it last time was they were having just a deep sale. Thank you, Deborah. I appreciate that. Merry Christmas to you too. Yeah, this is the first Christmas now without either of my parents. Yeah, well, I mean, last year for Christmas, on the Christmas live stream, my mom ended up calling in. And see, that's kind of sad too. There's not going to be any more of those. I got to go start digging through all those old live streams and find the ones that she called in so I can come back to those easy. Because unfortunately, sometimes I knew she was going to call. Other times it was just kind of by surprise. So I never, the ones I knew was going to, that she was going to call. I didn't want to let it out that it was happening. I wanted it to be a surprise, and the ones. So I never put anything in any of the titles to indicate that my mom was calling into that one. Yeah, like I said, I've been thinking about the tie dye shirts. I thought that would be fun. I think my sister's doing okay. We all knew this was coming. It wasn't 3 or 4 weeks ago they were saying she had maybe 6 or 8 weeks to go. And when I visited her a couple of weeks ago, when I first saw her, it's like, no, she's not. She doesn't have 6 to 8 weeks. She's got 1 or 2 weeks. Yeah, she was really fond of the girls too, Rhonda. Yeah, I am glad that, I got to, spend a little extra time with her. Um, in fact, I made a file when I was there because there were a whole bunch of things like family heirlooms that I knew that they were important, but I didn't know, who made them, where they came from, what their history was. So, I got to sit down with her and I showed her photos of things and then asked her to tell me everything she knew about it. Yeah, that was a year and a half ago because I went there for my mom's birthday. Her birthday was the end of April. So, what year, 8 months ago, I guess. It's a drag. We couldn't maintain a good internet connection, and the live stream was over real quick. But yeah, that was the only time she ever appeared on camera. I think it's the only time anybody has ever appeared with me on camera during a live stream. I've been on a couple of Jordan's live streams, but I don't think I've ever had anyone sit down with me on a live stream. Be just sitting right next to me and participating. Yeah, that's true. I guess Bite is definitely, but he doesn't participate in the live streams that much, except for eating and an occasional belly rub. The co-host, yes. Yeah, I know. I wish you'd been able to come and see it too. I put a lot of pressure on her in the last year to try and do it, and never got her to agree to it. Hopefully my sister's going to visit at some point. I even heard a rumor that when I was, in California last time, that maybe my uncle was going to come and visit. That would be fun. Well, my mom watched the videos, so she knows what the house looks like because you know she watched she watched when I painted the cat room. She watched when I painted the guest bedroom. She watched when I painted my room. She watched when I painted this area here. So she knows what everything looks like. She just never got to experience it in person. Yeah, I guess bite sneezing or drooling on me that does count as participation, doesn't it? No, I don't really watch Adam the Woo that much, as in like never. I watched him a little bit, but I don't really watch a whole lot of vlogs. I also did a an exclusive video for my mom when I moved into the house where I walked around the neighborhood and showed her the what the neighborhood looked like and all that. And, that was a video I didn't show anyone else. Yeah, Newell's just really shy. I mean, we can go back and see her if you want. Unplug all my hardware here. We'll go mobile here. Let's go for a walk here. We can do that. It's special. It's Christmas Day, right? Let's see Nibble. Yeah, there's Nibble right there. She's still with us. Doesn't really like to be handled, but sometimes if you sneak up on her a little bit, she will let you. She's a pretty little kitty. She's just very shy. Looking at her ears folded down. She does not really like this. I think actually she does like it a little bit, but she can't convince herself that it's actually a good thing. So yeah, Nibble's all right. She just like I said, quite an introvert. That's my kitty. Okay, let's sit back down here. Plug everything back in here. Including the mouse if I have to go troll hunting. Yeah, he may not have actually caught it happening, but he just, you'd think with the money he'd make, though, he wouldn't have to get his vehicle towed. I mean, I don't know, did he get it towed for, was it like a parking thing, or was it did he didn't pay his bills? I don't know. Because it doesn't seem like that would be that big of an issue for him. That guy makes a buttload of money. Yeah, there was a while where he was doing way too many Disney videos. Yeah, I'm the same way, Deborah. I understand too. But there are some times where I got to go in and get my pet. I got to go back to work on Wednesday. This will be my long week. Hopefully, they'll have all the lines running by the time we get in. Well, and if you're a diehard Disney person, I mean, there are a lot of diehard Disney people. I know. I saw them when I worked there, and I think Adam falls into that category. He's just one of those people that thinks that Disney is the greatest thing in the world, and for people like that, you got the season passes that you can get, and if you're going to go there 5, 6, 7, 8 times, you get one of these season passes, and you basically can go in anytime you want. But I never did that much. When when I worked there, you get the main, as an employee, you get a main gate pass, which means basically I can get into the park anytime I want for free, and I could sign friends in. And I'll tell you, for the first summer I went there, I went to Disneyland every night. I'd get done with work, go home, have dinner, and then come back and spend 8 o'clock to midnight in the park. And Eventually you kind of get burned out on it, and by the time I was leaving the place, I didn't go very often unless somebody wanted to go. Jordan wanted to go, okay, yeah, I'll go eat at Disneyland, but I didn't do that very much. In the last few years that I worked there, because how many times can you ride all the rides? Yeah, that's been a feature of Disney. Disney raises the prices every year. I don't know. I think a lot of people just really see, and believe that Disney is a magical place, and it's just a business to me. And maybe that attitude is the reason why they never let me go anywhere in the company. I think they really really like the people that just think Disney is a magical place, and I'm lucky to work here, and all that stuff. It's like, no, it was a job for me. It was a job I enjoyed doing, and it was a job I did well. But not as much as you might think. I mean, it wasn't very often. My niece would come down and she'd want to go to Disneyland, and I'd give her tickets and stuff like that. But technically, what I was supposed to do is, if I'm letting someone in the park, I'm supposed to stay with them for the whole day. But a lot of times I knew that, they when they were going to Disneyland, my niece wanted to hang out with her friends, and so, I'd sign her and her friends into Disneyland, walk them into the park, and then once we get kind of to the hub, I'd just say, okay, I'm going. Have a good day. I did that with Jordan a bunch of times too. Gonna go put the ham in and then listen to a rock concert. All right, live music, gotta love that. We're almost done here anyway. Yeah, that seemed to be my impression too, John. I thought, because most of the people who were managers over there were idiots. They had, you know, they there. I can't point to one manager that I ever had at Disney where they contributed to anything important to the company. They just went and did things the way it was done all the time. They were never looking to make anything better. They never made any significant changes, and any of the changes that did happen, came down from upper management. They just were a bunch of yes men and yes women. Just did what they were told and never rocked the boat. And see, that's something that's a little different with me, because I do tend to throw my opinion on things and say, hey, we could do this better. Hey, this would be a good improvement. This would be more entertaining. This would be this or that. And just never really that never really clicked, I think, with them. And it seems that the people that did get promoted were the people who just towed the line. And it also kind of seemed that when management would promote somebody, they'd promote someone who was less intelligent than they were. Because I honestly think that they realized that they were frauds, and were concerned that you get a good person in there, they're going to make them look bad. I don't know if I really want to end my Christmas Day live stream on such a negative note, though. Well, I don't run into that much, Elvis, at the place I am now. I may not be able to get anything done, every time I want to do it, but they listen. And see, that makes a big difference. That's part of the reason I really like the place I work now, because they give you opportunities to grow. Whatever you're capable of doing, they're willing to let you if it benefits the company. And the fact that, like I said, I can express my opinion, tell my boss what I think, and even if it isn't you know something that they're going to be able to do, they at least let me talk and express my opinion. And that's what's so much different from this place in Disney. Yes, I am in Texas. I'm very lucky and very happy to be here. I can't think of very many places elsewhere that I'd rather be. Yes, it is. It is definitely in my rearview mirror. Except for the fact I keep having to go back to California from time to time. That's right. Happy Feliz Navidad. Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with expressing your opinion at work. The company should expect that you do that. It's a given that the people who do the work know the job better than the people who are management. And that's a big part of it too. I think that was a factor at Disney because Disney management still thought that they knew more about the job than the people who did it. My boss acknowledges that. He says, "Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, there's so many things about the job that you could teach me because you do it and I don't." I don't know what I'm looking forward to in 2024. Getting Biden out of the White House, hopefully. That would be a good thing. I am much happier where I am. In fact, that was a funny thing. On the last night that I was with my mom, she kept saying over and over again, "You are happy where you are, aren't you?" I think she knew at that point that the end was near, and she wanted to make sure that I wasn't just some lie I was telling, that I really am happy where I am. And I kept saying, "Yeah, yes, mom, I am where I need to be. I am where I'm happy. I love my job. I love my house. I love Waco. I'm very happy where I am." So everyone is entitled to your opinion. Hey, I think that too. And Elvis thinks I need to keep the pool. All right. Well, maybe that's one of those things we'll put up to a vote. An in-ground pool would be cool, but there'd be issues there too. Thank you. I love all you guys too. Merry Christmas. I agree, Lindex. I agree with that a lot. All right. Well, I've got the video that I shot yesterday completely edited and uploaded. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go type a description in there, and then my Blueberries video is going to go live. So uh, if you aren't already sick and tired of my voice, stay tuned because in the next 5 minutes a new video is going to go live. So I think we're done here. I'm going to pull the plug on this one, go work on the video, and then maybe kick back and enjoy the rest of Christmas. So thank you everyone for watching. I'm really glad we did this today. I had a good time, and Merry Christmas. I'll see you next week. Good night.